All right, so what we have is a video sent in from one of y'all about a person doing pull-ups, and there's some questions around what's the best way to help this person. So they didn't know if it was a strength issue or a push-away issue or a combination of them. So let's watch the pull-up, and I've kind of identified three things that we're going to want to adjust with it. So here's the pull-up. Womp, drop down. So this person is stating that they can't do multiple pull-ups in a row. They want to be able to do multiple pull-ups in a row. They've tried to have them push away a little bit more aggressively, and it didn't help. It kind of turned it into more of a butterfly pull-up as they did. So what I want to address in it is, first and foremost, the push away is very helpful for getting your second, third, and fourth pull-up. And what it does, it kicks you back in a rhythm. However, in order to do the push away, you need to be pushing away from the right position. And if we watch this video, you're going to notice that when she gets her pull-up where she is under the bar, she's at an angle this way. So she's too much this way, and her momentum was forward. And the reason for that is because of how she jumped up. So what happened was, and you'll see in just a second, she's got forward momentum because she's jumping from behind the bar. And this only allows you to create more momentum and get one pull-up at a time. So what we want to do is be a little bit more vertical as we're up over that, because that way the push away can kick us back into this. And when you push away, it can kind of kick you back this way, and then your body swings through and goes in. So if we watch it, she has to drop off after each one. If she would even push away from there, she has this forward momentum, she's going to push back, which is not going to click her back into the rhythm. So the first thing that we would want to do is we'd want to fix where she's starting on the bar. So rather than jump from behind the bar like she is here and travel to the bar, then what we want her to do is we want her to, you'll notice there she's jumping from behind in this piked position, and then her forward momentum comes through, and then you see her momentum continuing forward, and now she's under the bar. So it works well for one pull-up, it's not going to work for two or three. So the first thing we would do is get her to jump from straight under the bar. So walk her under, jump, and hang. Start from a dead hang. Now this alone might require more strength, which is where strength might become an issue. If she's hanging from directly under the bar and she's struggling there, then grip strength and overall upper body strength is going to be a huge thing. In general, though, we want people to be able to do a strict pull-up before we let them do kipping pull-ups, which means that if hanging from the bar, for one thing, was a strength issue, then we probably wouldn't want her doing straight kipping pull-ups anyway, because that means her shoulder girdle can't handle the stressors of the kip. So have her hang from directly under the bar and from a dead stop. And really from there, then work on pulling and pushing, so doing this forward and back, to get the body swinging and balanced there. So those kip swings, so to speak. Once you've done a number of those kip swings, then try the pull-up from that kip swing rather than having it from the jump behind and go in. If she can get one there, then likely the body will be nice and upright, and it'll push her right here, and she can then, from that position, start to work the push away. So first thing is get that swing down to make sure she's starting with a dead stop and not swinging from behind, because that's going to change the momentum. Second thing is going to be working on the push away from that position. So when she's up over the bar there, she'll now be more vertical rather than sideways. If she's vertical, when she pushes away, it'll help. What you can do to assist with this is either, rather than have her try the kip into that, you have her start at the top of the pull-up. So you actually help her up, and then you push her all the way to the top of the pull-up, and then have her push back. And so you take your body and you move them back and away, because people want to push down. So push back and force them into that kip, and then you can use your hands on kind of like their sternum area to go back and forward. And obviously ask them before you do this, but that'll help them feel the push away as they're at the top of that bar, and they'll start to build that rhythm. So start them at the top of the pull-up, help them push away, and do 2 or 3 where they commit to the second and third, and you're helping them. That will be huge for someone who has the strength and starting to get more upright in that kip swing. Then you can have them try that without you helping them. And then you can have them try that without you helping them and from the bottom kip, and that should help. Now, the third thing that might just be going on is they lack overall strength. And you'll figure that out once you've got them in that kind of upper one and you're pulling them down and helping them. They might just lack grip strength. They might lack upper body strength, in which case it's going to be one of those things where you want to work slow negatives, want to work strict pull-ups, want to work ring rows, all those other components. The type of kip that they're doing right now is not going to be one that's sustainable for the long term in terms of multiple pull-ups. It's cool to do for very small sets, but it's just there's no way to keep this in and start doing more volume and hanging on the bar. So that's it. Those three factors. Strength is one of them. The next one being that kind of push away, but helping from a more vertical position. But the big one being where they're starting and making sure they're starting from directly under the bar. Good luck. And if anyone wants to send videos like this in, happy to break them down for you and do them in these emails. As always, y'all, stay virtuous.